Is our next spot, a city that's near the Turkish-Syrian border. Our Ali Mustafa is standing by for us. Ali, how are things standing? What's the latest situation in Gaziantep?
Series of events. This illegal coup started in Istanbul and Ankara and slowly started to spread, at least the news of it started to spread to other parts of Turkey, including to Gaziantep. And people here took to the streets. They started the civil disobedience movement against what they called were these coup plotters. And when we spoke to a lot of people here, we are at the Gaziantep Maidan, the main Gaziantep square, and people are exhausted. They've been up all night on these streets. They tell us for some it was a night of despair. Others tell us it was a night of resistance. For some and others it was a night of inspiration, but they all agree it was a very special night. A night of uncertainty cloaked in fear that turned into a show of strength and hope in Gaziantep. Hours after an attempted coup swept through parts of Turkey, people, not tanks, ruled the streets of the city. Thousands of people are on the streets of Gaziantep hours after the military declared a coup. Parts of the military, according to the Turkish government, President Erdogan came on television and spoke to the people to get out on the streets. And at least here in Gaziantep, that call is being answered. Men and women, young and old, in cars and on foot, marched in support of their democracy and shouted slogans against the coup. What was remarkable was that both supporters of the government and the opposition were represented, as thousands converged at Gaziantep's main square. Here they sang songs of hope. The police looked on, some giving gestures of support to civilians. In the past 5 years, an estimated 1 million Syrians have passed through Gaziantep, which is close to the Syrian border. Despite being overwhelmed by this influx, the city welcomed over 300,000 Syrians. And on a dark summer night in July, its people came together to answer a call for democracy and to show the world more of their resilience. From a dark summer night to a bright, hot day. It reached 41 degrees Celsius today, and the people still came out. They still came out to show the world that they are resilient and they will continue to stand up for democracy in Turkey. Ali Can.
Ali, I also want to ask you about a possible standoff at the Incirlik Air Force Base in southern Turkey. This is a base that the U.S. military uses to conduct airstrikes against Daesh militants. Any update for us on that?
Still sketchy reports on that, Ali Can. In Incirlik and Adana, it's in Adana province of Turkey. It's about a 4.5-hour drive from where we are in Gaziantep. And the base, as you rightly mentioned, was given to international coalition forces, including U.S. forces, to conduct airstrikes on Daesh in Syria. The U.S. consulate in Istanbul is reporting that access to the base and in and out of the base has been restricted and the power to the base has been cut. This happened in the past 24 hours once this failed coup attempt began and was curtailed. Still sketchy reports. We'll bring you more updates as we get them, Ali Can.
All right.